the sweet, sweet tone of that classical guitar. That is so freaking cool. Hi, my name is a.k.a. I'm a musician and composer, and today we're gonna react and analyze some of the music from FullMetal Alchemist Brotherhood. These piano chords. So dissonant. And I love how that melody is played. With such carefulness. The articulation. I think it uses martelle. It has that bite at the beginning of the notes, right? We gotta talk about the chords. First, let's play the intro. The key is D minor. This first chord, super dissonant, and that's because of the E and the F colliding here, right? We get that add 9 sound, and especially when the E and the F are close to each other. We could voice it differently, right? We could put the F here. See the importance of voicing the chords properly to kind of convey what you want to convey. So this is the same chord, but we have the F down here and the E up here, so it doesn't have that same impact. We play these chords in a quarter note fashion, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have a G minor. What we can see here, we use the pedal tone technique. Nothing really special about this chord other than the fact that it's an inversion, right? Because we have the D on the bass. We could play it like this. Doesn't at all carry the same weight, does it? And the most interesting chord we have later is... Now this is an interesting sound. We're not using the scale of D minor, because we have this sharpened 7th, right? And we get that melodic minor kind of sound. And of course we need to talk about the melody here being played with the violin. It doesn't have that sound, right? But it has that short and sweet and deliberate sound to it. It's so hard to play like that, because you need to be in such control of your bowing. One thing that I have noticed about the FullMetal Alchemist Brotherhood OST is that it has a very classical sound to it. Here, it's very clear here. And listen to how much vibrato there is to those notes compared to the beginning of the piece. The violin is playing the same melody but 1 octave higher. Yes. We have harp, that's unusual. I love this choir. The choir are adding harmonies. And the strings are kind of helping the choir, right? Gotta love that pizzicato bass. Look how the bass goes from plucking and then to sustaining the notes. It's plucking right now. Plucking. Now sustaining. The strings are very dynamic. Everything is very dynamic in the song. Meaning the volume isn't like constantly here. It goes up and down. Ooh, I love this bit where they remove the choir and let the strings speak for a minute, right? I don't know what woodwind instrument that is, but that is beautiful. Kind of transitioning or signaling that there's a transition about to happen, right? Do you see how seamlessly that transition happens? Listen, the flute introduces the transition, love that it's a wind instrument taking the lead in the beginning. Ah, this is just Sorrowful Stone, but kind of the orchestral version. I love how the chords are voiced here. That's a good way of orchestrating the strings to play the chords, right? Let's listen to this. Okay, so since we have no kind of piano playing the chords, they're letting the strings play the chords. Right? The violins and the violas are playing, helping with the third and the fifth. The snare drums match the rhythm of that staccato riff, right? Dun, 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 dun. And we stay on an A bass note. I think that staccato riff is made up of staccato strings and staccato brass. We gotta love that harp that kind of transitions us to the verse. Listen. Classic. A very classical sound. Ooh, that little run. So we have kind of two voices or two types of strings working together, creating a cool ass sick melody, because they're relying on each other very heavily. So the first one does this, and the main melody kind of does this. And you gotta love the change in atmosphere here when we remove all the percussion. And that harmony is disgusting. Yeah, it uses chromaticism, right? It is so sweet. So now, after this break, we go back to the main melody, but with percussion. We hear an extra layer here coming from a woodwind instrument. And now the strings are kind of playing chords, kind of arpeggio chords. Listen to this. Listen to how dynamic the intro is. So this is very typical waltz music. Root note on the first beat. The harmonies third, fifth on the 2 and 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You may wonder why we add the E here. This is just an A minor, right? We play the 5th here on the bass. We're still moving around in A minor. But switching like this makes for a more interesting bass line. It's kind of boring to listen to this. That kind of gets tiring really quick. We could do something like this. We could get more spicy if we were to make it an A minor 7. I don't know. It actually is kind of simple, but the orchestration makes it very beautiful and very unique in a way. Oh, the percussion just hits the spot for me. Rhythm stays. Even though it gets more intense, the rhythm stays the same. The percussions are very important for keeping us grounded. The sweet tone of that classical guitar. What a sound. So sweet. So careful, right? You cannot play it like... that could work, but it wouldn't have that sweet, sorrowful kind of feel to it. So you need to make sure the vibrato is just right and that the dynamic is just right. I would say even plucking with the thumb gets that sweet, sweet sound, right? These harmonies are unreal. They sound so hauntingly sad. Okay, I need to figure out the chord progression. What is it? Yes! Oh, it's entirely chromatic. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a comment about what anime or video game you would like me to talk about next. So, I will see you guys later. Bye.